What we need is a strategy for renewables that binds together the challenge of high bills, energy security, so that we're not so exposed globally to Putin or whatever, the next generation of jobs that will come as we rush towards renewables, and our obligations in relation to the climate crisis. And that requires all countries, including my own, to show global leadership in this, to bring countries together. We've seen some examples of that. You see what's going on in America, see the early evidence of what's going on in Europe. We need that in the UK as well, and that's why at our party conference in the autumn of last year, we set our plans for what we call our Green Prosperity Plan, going towards clean power generation by 2030. And that's ambitious. That means, and here in Davos has been an opportunity for me to speak to many CEOs of businesses and investors who would partner us if we're in government to do that. But it also requires global leadership. And one of the things that I am proposing is a Clean Power Alliance, where countries that are in the advance when it comes to net zero share information, cooperate, and share investment with a view to driving the global prices down. So this is an inverse OPEC, if you like. Instead of trying to ensure prices stay at a certain level, it's to drive them down to see the common benefit, whether it's in the UK or across the globe. And if we could get that alliance working together, then I think that will be a big step in the right direction.
Well, speaking of OPEC, yesterday on CNBC, I spoke exclusively with Ahmed Nasser, the CEO of Saudi Aramco. And one of the things that he told me was that he wasn't so worried about 2023, but he's much more worried about the medium to long term when it comes to spare capacity in the oil markets. And just to clarify for our viewers, are you prepared to encourage investment in oil and gas as well as renewables?
What we've said about oil and gas is there does need to be a transition. Obviously, it will play its part during that transition, but not new investment, not new fields up in the North Sea, because we need to go towards net zero. We need to ensure that renewable energy is where we go next. There's huge potential for this in the UK in terms of wind and offshore wind. We're already developing that at speed. We need onshore wind to go with it, so that we have a combination that, as I say, brings the prices down, gets us off the international reliance on oil and gas, and with it gives us the next generation of jobs and deals with the climate crisis. And that's why we set a stretch target of 2030 for clean power generation. That's where we want to get to. So yes, a role for oil and gas as we transition, but no to new investment, because we've got to take this decision, and that's going to require leadership.
So no new oil investment or gas investment in the North Sea?
Yes.